What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely going to want to check this one out. So we got that newest mayor of NYC, Zohran Mamdani, already faced some serious legal trouble just his first week in office after revealing his very discriminatory plan scheduled to take place in his city, guys. And I'm excited to get into this one, so we'll hop straight into it. All I ask that you please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
What we are seeing, you know, I had a New Yorker the other day come up to me and ask me if there was any way I could help him get World Cup tickets, because he was saying that the cost that he saw for a game was $600, right? This is increasingly out of reach. We have made what used to be a working class game into a luxury experience. And there are too many for whom it doesn't matter where the World Cup is being played in the world, they know where they're going to watch it. It's TV. And we want to ensure that there are more experiences available to each and every New Yorker.
All right, folks. So once again, we see that Mamdani is still at it, up to no good when it comes to the empty promises and promising these things to New Yorkers that he has absolutely zero control over. This one is definitely one of them, as the New York Mayor Mamdani says he is now working hard to ensure World Cup tickets are available to all. But my question to him is how? I feel like far too often he gets away with these crazy promises without anyone challenging how he's actually going to get it accomplished. And what's funniest about this one right here is that X actually went back and added context, clearing the air for folks that see this from Mamdani and wonder how is he going to get it done. They say apart from the fact that Mamdani, the mayor, has no influence, zero influence over FIFA pricing policy, there are no games in New York City. The New York-New Jersey Stadium is in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So once again, we see Mamdani being caught in a lie. And it seems that New Yorkers are catching on very quickly to the fact that they've been sold a dream from Zohran Mamdani, the newest mayor of NYC. We got this councilwoman here calling Mamdani out directly, saying Mamdani campaigned on free buses, but only 3 days after he was sworn in, the bus fare went up to $3. Promises made, promises broken, and that's all you're going to get from Zohran Mamdani. The folks that thought they were to get something for free are in for a rude awakening. And on top of the bus fare rising, Governor Kathy Hochul has now announced that the congestion pricing will be increasing as well, so transportation will continue to be unaffordable for folks of NYC.
Governor, so you're saying that the price may not go up? Because a lot of people are saying, well, they feel like it's a little bit more crowded in the city, that maybe it should go up to prevent more people from driving. You know, what would you say to that?
It's on a schedule to go up in 2028 and 2031.
Call me crazy, but does this not go directly against everything that Zohran Mamdani campaigned on? He said he's going to make things fast, free, and affordable. They're going to tax the richer and whiter neighborhoods, but now we can see that prices are going to be increased for all New Yorkers. As we see Zohran Mamdani, if you pay close attention here, you see him chinning and grinning, smiling from ear to ear as Kathy Hochul announces yet another price increase for the folks of New York, and this goes exactly against what he campaigned on. And now Assistant Attorney General here is reminding the Mamdani camp of the penalties for discrimination.
Just because you're white doesn't mean you have fewer rights in this country. We all have equal rights in our country, and we will not stand for New York City violating any federal law whatsoever. They should be on notice. They are on high scrutiny, and we will swoop right in and do what's necessary to protect all citizens and taxpayers and residents of New York where they're legally. And we have several federal statutes that explicitly protect people of all colors and all different kinds of backgrounds and military status and so forth from the exact kind of land grabs and reallocation and redistribution that is being promised in New York. We have the Fair Housing Act and the Equal Credit Protection Act and service members' protections under the law, and even protections for victims of domestic violence in housing.
It's kind of hard for me to believe this is the start that Zohran Mamdani would have envisioned for himself as the mayor of NYC. I mean, the first weekend, he's already got so many legal problems ahead of him. And this comes because of the prior statements that not only Mamdani made, but his team members as well. We got to look back on when Mamdani was promising to raise the taxes for these richer and quote-unquote whiter neighborhoods. And here in this flashback clip of Mamdani's now tenant director saying some very concerning things.
I think the reality is that for centuries we've really treated property as an individualized good and not a collective good. And we are going to transitioning to treating it as a collective good and towards a model of shared equity will require that we think about it differently. And it will mean that families, especially white families, but some POC families who are homeowners as well, are going to have a different relationship to property than the one that we currently have.
And again, that was a flashback clip, but it tells us exactly what we need to know about the team members that Zohran Mamdani has in place. I mean, we see it right here. This is Mamdani's newest tenant director, C. Weaver. And she said all this before Mamdani was sworn in as mayor, actually a couple of years back, but it still tells you exactly how these folks feel in their position. And the craziest part about all of this, what's really blown my mind, is that Mamdani is not the only case of this socialist madness that we're witnessing across our country. You gotta take a look at what we're seeing over in Seattle, what they just got themselves into. It blows my mind that these folks continue to fall for this.
This is Seattle's new socialist mayor, Katie Wilson. She's like the female Mamdani, and there are about two things that I can say for certain about her. She is not a thinker, and she is not a looker. She believes in social housing for all, defund the police, the whole socialist shebang. And within her first week of her appointment, she has told the police to stop arresting people for drug-related offenses. An internal SPD, Seattle Police Department, email from the chief stated that effective immediately, all charges related to drug possession and public use would be diverted to LEAD instead of persecuted by the city attorney's office. What is LEAD? It stands for Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion, now sometimes expanded as Let Everyone Advance with Dignity. And basically what they do is they give people with low-level drug offenses a slap on the wrist. They don't treat it as a crime. It's just like, don't do that, please. So they can avoid arrest, jail, or prosecution.
You cannot be serious. These folks just fell for it again. I thought Mamdani was all we had to worry about, but no, Seattle is taking a couple of pages out of NYC's playbook. And I want to flip over before we get out of here to a lawsuit that had broke right after Mamdani was elected.
So what exactly did you do today?
Well, we've actually served Zohran Mamdani this $100 million lawsuit. My organization, Federal Watchdog, has filed this in the Southern District of New York. And it's crazy because in his own acceptance speech, he thanked, Yemenis bodega owners and Uzbek nurses and all these immigrants, but he never mentioned the white New Yorkers that built New York City, the Irish, the Polish, the Italians, the Jewish people who are the backbone of New York City. And he has specifically said he's going to steal the wealth out of those neighborhoods and give it to all the EBT card holding, all the social program and social welfare holding, Black, Spanish, Muslim New Yorkers that unfortunately do not go to work every day, but rely upon these socialistic, opportunistic programs. And this is heinous. This is exactly how you get a massive exodus out of New York City. I can't believe we're living in days where the people, the white Americans that built this great city of New York, are now becoming second-class citizens. It almost seems like like a new civil rights movement. white New Yorkers are now forced to sit on the back of the bus. And this is kind of like a Rosa Parks scenario again, where white New Yorkers being discriminated against have to stand up for themselves and demand justice.
Okay, so $100 million is what you're seeking. Are there any other parties to this lawsuit, or is it just you as a native New Yorker? Because you're a native
New Yorker and landowner in New York. But what makes this really interesting is Federal Watchdog, my organization, is actually opening up this lawsuit. And we have just put together a website. You can go on fedwatchdog.org and you can sign up right there. If you are a New Yorker and you're a homeowner, or you live in a white neighborhood in New York and you're worried about you being taxed more simply because of the color of your skin, please sign up on our website. We're opening this litigation up and going to turn it into a massive civil lawsuit where anybody can join in to make sure that your rights are not infringed upon.
There's a massive civil lawsuit to the tune of $100 million. Really caught my eye back when it was initially broke, and I really wonder what's going on there. I'm going to do a little bit more digging to figure out if this one is still pending and hanging over the head of Zohran Mamdani. But from the looks of it, he hasn't changed his tune. Zohran Mamdani has still been preaching the same tax these richer neighborhoods, whiter neighborhoods agenda. So I'm not sure why this thing would have been dropped or not filed in the first place. So I'll definitely do some digging to figure out what we can get there. And you know what Mamdani says, a photo op a day keeps the skepticism away, as Mamdani is still combating his rough start with some photo ops to balance out his image.
All right. Why not? Full shovel.
Mr. Mayor, can we get another?
Yeah, all these guys blocking you. One more shovel just for those who are getting it.
All right. Thank you, sir. That's double. Thank you, sir.
All right, this is the final one. Here we go.
That's the good one. Yeah, that's the good one. All right.
Nobody's job is in danger.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness, that newest mayor of NYC, Zohran Mamdani, is quickly learning the difference between campaigning and then governing on the other hand, actually serving the people and following through with the promises that you made along the campaign trail, which we all know is impossible, is unachievable. And now he's already on thin ice, legal trouble on the way when it comes to him being very discriminatory as to who he's going to raise taxes for through NYC. We see that he's said all the way along the campaign trail, he's going to tax these richer and whiter neighborhoods. Folks are not going to stand for. We already got one New Yorker coming out. This was back as soon as he was elected in as the mayor of NYC with a $100 million discrimination civil lawsuit saying that everyone's free. Any New Yorker that feels like they're being taken advantage of can join in on this civil lawsuit on Zohran Mamdani. And this is just the beginning. We already know, based off the things he's been saying on the campaign trail, there is way more trouble to come for him if he continues at this rate. President Donald Trump will be stepping in, and that's going to be his biggest nightmare. President Trump's already let him know what hangs in the balance for him if he does have to intervene. He will be stripping him of all federal funding coming from President Donald Trump. He says that he's not going to mess around with Zohran Mamdani, despite them having a very good meeting. They're off to a good start. Mamdani does not, I'm going to tell you right, Mamdani does not want to mess around or getting away with what President Donald Trump has going on. His vision for NYC, we already know how much our president loves NYC. He loves to do business there. If Mamdani makes that a problem for him, it is not going to look good. But I'll continue to follow this. We need updates to come, especially with that $100 million lawsuit. I really want to know where they're at with that one, since it did break back November of last year, and we haven't got much word on it. No widespread media coverage. I feel like I'm the only person that actually has touched upon that. So I'll do a little bit more digging, my due diligence to see what's going on there. So far, no word, but I believe this thing is still active in the background. So like I said, I'm going to do some digging, follow any updates to come right here with your boy RetroStef, guys. But definitely hop in that comment section. Comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking about this one. Mamdani, his latest move, his first week in office. Let me know, good or bad. What do you guys predict for the future? Also, make sure you guys, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next week.